What up? It's your boy Natural Disaster. I'm shooting a series of videos, you know what I'm saying, selfie videos, talking about my cousin, somebody that was very important to me, and this is for, my family. These videos are going to be talking about my cousin, whom I used to do music with, who's no longer with us. His name is Lee Sloan, Ladrika Sloan, a.k.a. Lee Feezy, a.k.a. Gruff Sloan. So, again, this is for my family. This is for the people who want to know me as a person, you know what I'm saying, fans who want to know me as a person and, where I get my musical drive from, and if you just want to get to know me, you know what I'm saying? So, these are very important periods within my life that I'm going to be talking about, things that, helped me grow and things that I learned through someone that was actually younger than me, things that he taught me. This is going to be on my YouTube, it's going to be on my Facebook, and just check it out, man. So I'm going to start off by saying, Feezy was an enigma, a puzzle that you just love trying to figure out, and that made you love him. He grew up very shy, and I remember going, when he was younger, going to see him play football. White Oak Redskins, I remember that. And there wasn't anything that this boy could not do. I remember going to his room the first time when I first moved down here, and he couldn't have been no more than 4 or 5 years old. And there was a weight set in there, in his room. And okay, you think that a 4 or 5 year old, that's just decoration, is something that he can use when he was lifting weights at maybe 5 years old, literally. And to go see him play football, to go see him, it was amazing, because again, here was a 6-7 year old kid playing with older kids, and he was so good. Like, people used to actually come to see him play. Like, give the ball to Lee. That's all you heard in the stands. Give the ball to Lee. And it was amazing for me to see. And not saying like me looking down. I was a child myself. And I could play football, and I did play football, and I played basketball and whatnot. But he was 6 years old, and he was playing against the 8 and 9 year olds. And he was amazing. They could not stop him. So I really didn't get a chance to really get to know him as a person, because again, like I said, he grew up very shy. And I didn't get a chance to get to know him until he was about 13, 14 years old. And I found out, my brother Blackball Lyles, shout out, he told me that Lee was rapping. And at this time, I'm about 17 years old. And I had started rapping a couple years beforehand. So, we started talking, getting to know each other, talking about hip-hop. And, he was letting me see what he could do. And I was, showing him things I could do at this time. By this time, I had written a few albums. I was getting set to record them and all of that. And probably by the time he was about 15, 16 years old, he was having his first child. Shout out to Kaya Sloan. And there was a baby shower in which we both performed at. And this is the first time that I actually really got to see him rhyme. And when I heard him rhyme. It wasn't like a 16-year-old or 15-year-old rhyming. It was like a grown man. It was amazing, you know. So over, you know, I'm the first person that, like, even that night we went out, you know what I'm saying? I was the first person to take him to a grown-up club. And when I say grown-up, I'm not talking about a strip club, but, you know, take him to a little dance club with, you know, all adults. And I mean, we had a blast that night. But, pardon me if I get choked up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I miss him so much. But, after that year, you know, we started to do a little bit of music, and, you know, it was really more so we were recording music on tape. And when we were recording music on tape, it was like feezy. We were freestyling, we were just having fun with music and really getting to know music. And we were still learning about hip hop, learning 16 bars and all of that, you know what I'm saying? So we were just having fun. But then there was this one particular time that we were in, I mean, it was about a 6-hour session with about 11 of our friends. And I heard him and I was like, yo, we need to get together and work on some music together. And from that point on, the rest became history. I really wish that I can find somebody with our CD, because our computer blew up and we can't, we lost everything, lost all our files and everything. So anyway, we started making music probably when I had to be about 21 at this time, 21, 22. And I recorded my third album with him. And this was the first time that we actually got really serious about music or whatnot. And the thing about it was a hot album, but we really, we didn't have the sound thing down. We didn't know anything about overdubbing, to thicken your voice out. We didn't know anything like that. So, that was my third album. But when it came time for me to do the fourth album, Natural Disaster to God, we had learned so much together. You know what I'm saying? And we just really went in. And from that point on, got ready to I did the God and I did Evolution. And Evolution will be re-released, by the way. I did Evolution, and this guy, within about a 6-month span, we did probably about somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 songs. And just to let y'all know, when he did Mouth of Blood, we then decided that we were going to do an album together called Twin Time Bombs. And I swear to God, I wish y'all would have got to hear that, because it was amazing. Like, it was almost like me and this guy, we were so in sync that it was bananas. Like, we would say we don't write our verses together, but we would say some things about the same thing in a song. And that's what kind of, that's why he's so special to me, because you don't get that every day. You don't hear that every day. Sometimes you could be around somebody your whole life and never be in sync with one idea. But here it is. We start doing music together, and here's this guy that thinks like I do. And it made me better. It pushed me, not on some competition shit, because he was my little cousin, or at points, you know what I'm saying? He was more like my little brother. But on some, I didn't want to let him down. So it made me go harder. And I think he felt that same thing for me. You know what I'm saying? So it made everything that we did together, it made it better. You know what I'm saying? And we would share ideas and share, you know, opinions on music. I'm good. How are you? And it was like really, it was really like special. I hope each and everybody who watches this gets a chance to have that kind of connection with someone. But about 2007, and this right here is just going to be like a brief summary of everything that I'm going to be talking about, or a lot of stuff that I'm going to be talking about feezy. 2007, I was with a group called DSR, Dirty South Renegades, and when we dropped the last album, the third album, DSR All or None, I kind of took the group broke up, and I kind of took a step back from music, and I just didn't really, and just like right now, I really don't like where music is, and I don't know, and probably about a week and a half before feezy was taken from us, he had hit me on Facebook, and this was the last message that he sent me, and it was, when we gonna get back in the studio and put out this hot music, put this hot music out in the streets. And when he passed, you know what I'm saying, music kind of died with him. Like, I didn't want to do it no more. But the reason that I'm coming back and I'm getting ready to do these 4 projects is because he's talking to me. And he knows that I have things on my mind that I want to say and I need to say. And I'm going to do it.